Hi, hello. I'm doing a thing again. I had a comment recently asking if I was dead, or the channel was dead. I think was what they meant, but it was ambiguous. Either or, neither is technically correct. I've just been very busy, as per usual. That's kind of the battle cry these days with me. I feel like an 80s game show host with this. I found the dead cat for it, so that's fun, isn't it? Today I'm going to be reading a list out of this pretty pink book. This is going to be some whiskies that I bought September. Whiskies I bought in September. There we go. That's the list today, and I've got a few for you. And I'm not going to be drinking any whiskey today. I'm actually on the wine today. Would you believe That's novel, isn't it? At the time of recording, it's Beaujolais Nouveau Day, which is when the Beaujolais region put all their new stuff out. And it's rather nice, actually. Went to the Beer Hive. We've had a lovely little dress-up recently. I've never tried a white Beaujolais before. Fun fact, I'm not a wine person, but when I first heard of Beaujolais, for some reason I got it in my head it was white wine. Don't know why. I was wrong. You can get white ones, you can get rosé ones, but the vast majority is red. You don't care about that because you clicked on the video for me to talk about some whiskies. So this is... How many are we doing? 6 whiskies that I bought for the pub in... When did I say? September. Yes, September. I'm pretty sure these are Septembers. It's all gone to bollocks, to be completely honest with you. So I think these are Septembers. They've been on the shelf long enough. I'm meant to have a tablet in front of me, and I don't have my tablet because I'm going to be using that to tell you about the fucking whiskies. Because all I did was write a list in this book, and I'm not ready. Fuck's sake. Right, that killed a bit of time, accidentally. So... The first whiskey that I'm going to be talking about that I bought in the year 2022, or whatever the bloody hell this video is a Bladnoch. No, that can't be right. Oh, bollocks to it. Let's say the Bladnoch. This definitely wasn't released in September, but fuck it. It's all gone to bot. These are just some whiskies I'm talking about that I've released at indeterminate times at some point in the history of, yes... And I'm going to talk to you about them because they're on the bloody shelves. So the month gimmick can fuck off. Right, here we go. It's a Bladnoch. This was not released in September, so fuck the format at this point. It's whiskey number 1. Bladnoch 2009, 15-year-old, cask strength, orange wine 50 fucking finish at 54.1 bastard percent. Deep breaths. Okay, I'm reading off of Royal Mile Whiskies, because that's where we get our plonk from. This stuff's actually quite lovely, haven't tried it yet, but people tell me it's nice. It's cask strength, natural colour. Bladnoch is a heavily peated single malt, don't fucking time out, crafted at the Edradour distillery. This is a 15-year-old cask strength expression, as... told by the fact that we already said it's a 15-year-old cask strength expression, finished intriguingly in orange wine casks. I could pretend that the wine was a deliberate choice now, but it wasn't. It's not those orange wine casks, you know, the ones where it's got a bit of a tinge to it. And it's sort of a Pinot Grigio that they've left the skins on and it's turned a bit orange and everyone's like, oh my god, we've invented a new colour. It's not those. It's a Spanish sweet wine that uses macerated orange peels. I've never fucking heard of it. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert on this, because this one's news to me. So, from Huelva... I'm not going to try that again because I'm probably going to end up being racist if I keep this up. In Andalusia, this rich wine is macerated with orange peel. See, I fucking told you so. Is then aged in a Solera system like sherry. We all know that already because we're clever. I've dropped the fucking book now. Country and region, Scotland. Well, that's good. Cool. Yes, we've got this as part of a flight at the minute. We're doing a Christmas flight, and rather than just be like, hey, we put together a whiskey flight, it's Lafroig, have you heard of it? And it's Kalila, have you heard of it? And it's whatever else we had in the back that we, can't shift. Actually put like 10 seconds thought into it, and we're, doing unusual whiskies, and that's going to be our selling point. So this is on a flight. Very odd whiskey to find on a mainstream flight, and that's kind of the idea. There's a fair few bottles of this kicking around. Excuse me. I'm not sorry, let's face it. Wine. Lovely tipple. Yeah, so just stuck it on a flight. So a lot of people have had it on its own, because we've also got it on the What Can't I Get in the States board, which is a chalkboard that we have that says What Can't I Get in the States. And the joke went we would have 5 whiskies on it, and then at the bottom it would say free healthcare. We've changed that to women's rights recently. Actually, one of my supervisors changed to women's rights. I was going to put democracy, but they thought that was a bit too much on the nose, so they went for a bit more of subtle satire. I'm wearing a Baby Sham hoodie for those interested. Right, what are we talking about next? Do you know what? I've got the tabs open. I don't need the book. The book can go fuck itself. Ardnahoe. This probably won a few awards at the online Scotch Whisky Doodars, didn't it? Do you know what? We'll talk about those at some point. I'm glad that they had to basically box Springbank, didn't they? Because they were just like, everyone's just going to vote for this every year, so we're just going to have to, like, pause it. Which, as a move, I'm quite a fan of, actually, because, good lord. Again, it's lovely whiskey, but come on. Are we honestly saying that everything is dog shit by comparison? It's kind of the message we're sending at this point, and it's causing problems for those of us who are in the liquor-slinging industry, because it is creating, frankly, artificial demand. It's suffering from Nintendo Wii syndrome. If anyone was kicking around in 2007 and tried to get their hands on a Nintendo Wii, they'll know what I'm talking about. If you're 12, you won't have a fucking clue what I'm talking about. Also, piss off. This video's not for you. Go watch fucking... What are the kids into these days? Knife crime or something. Ardnahoe. Islay single malt Scotch whisky. That means it's from the Islay region in Scotland. I hope you're keeping up. This is the Infinite Loch. Oh, there's a lovely little... there's a pretty animation... Hang about, let me... Without dropping it, presumably, but look, the sea's moving. Isn't that lovely? Oh, God bless it. The first core release of the Ardnahoe Islay single malt. Now then, I think I covered the inaugural. Obviously, that's not a core release because it's called the inaugural. But this is their first course. This is going to be kicking around for a while. Also lovely stuff. It's not had quite as strong a reaction as the inaugural, but the inaugural has a big job to do. It has to say hello to a brand new whiskey. And in a region like Islay, where, I think I'm going to sneeze, where, that cat. He's asleep in the other room. He's probably not going to make a cameo today. Sorry if that's what you're waiting for. You may leave now. What was I saying? Yes, so Islay region, lots of big hitters on that region, and you're probably like, right, well, I know what I like there, and I drink my Boone Harbans, I drink my Brook Laddie, I probably don't drink my Kalila if I drink those two, because, oh lordy, that's a change. Although maybe you do. Maybe you're versatile. I'm a top, but whatever works for you. What is in that wine? Jesus. Let me read. Let's read the thing. The first core release of Ardnahoe Islay single malts. I said that already, didn't I? Bollocks. The name Infinite Loch comes from our water source, Loch Ardnahoe. I was going to be sassy about this, and then I read the next bit, so I'm glad I wasn't, because actually I would have been a fool. Which lies a stone's throw from our distillery. Islay's so-called Infinite Loch. They said the thing. Because no one knows the extent of its hidden depths. That's quite scary. Did that just switch itself off? Oh! No. Oh, splendid spiffing. Oh, apparently I've been going for 11 minutes. I'm only on whiskey 2. Oh, this will be good for engagement. This release has been matured in a combination of first fill bourbon and first fill Oloroso casks. That means it's nice. It is bottled at a preferred strength of 50%. We're learning something. Without chill filtering and without colouring. And their tasting doodads. Sea spray, Islay peat and dark chocolate on the nose. Menthol, fresh fruits and bonfire notes on the palate leads into a smoky, zesty finish. Feedback on this has been, it's fucking lovely. Opinion is divided about whether it is matching the inaugural. If it is as good, not quite as good, close, nowhere near close. Opinion's kind of all over the map. But generally speaking, everyone's like, yeah, that's really nice stuff. So few, basically. Apologies for that noise. I'm allergic to the universe. Priced at 55 quid from the Ardnahoe online shop. That's not half bad, given, inflation and everything these days. We won't go into economics because I'll start crying. But yeah, that's the Ardnahoe Infinite. It's been well received. I went and got a Daftmill. Anyone who's been watching this channel for the past 2 centuries will know me and Daftmill had a bit of a falling out. I won't go into it here. All I will say, it's all their fault. But I finally forgave them because I find it funny that people seem to have fallen out of love with Daftmill en masse. And that amuses me, given how much of a bunch of snotty cunts they were 2 years ago when I tried to stock them. So I feel like they've had a bit of humble pie from the universe, and I feel that's much better retribution. I'll just pour myself a bit more of that wine. There we go. That's lovely. Because I feel like I'm a comedy character right now, and it's working for me. So lovely tipple. Yeah, I feel like the universe has fingered them a bit, and not in a nice way. So where am I? Daftmill 2011 summer batch release. I'm actually going off of Whisky notes here because all the other stuff was just waffle about how glorious it is. Rather oily with more green and yellow fruits, pears, green banana, later also peach, nectarine and grapefruit, white pepper and ginger. No cunt has touched it yet. Bottle's just been sat there. I think we've had one dram go, and that was because of the dram bowler. Nobody picked it, it got picked for them. I should probably explain what the dram bowler is. I'll explain later. I'll Doctor Who it. It gives me a chance to make some shit up. Yeah, it's been pride of place, prominent, and no one's gone, ooh, a Daftmill. Which again amuses me. Because it means that actually Daftmill aren't as great as they seem to think they are. And this... Right. Daftmill's whiskey's fine. But... It no one seems to give a shit. That's kind of what I'm going towards. General reaction and consensus to it as a bottle on the shelf. I don't see many people like, oh, let's go for that. And it's not like it's hidden away. It's like pride of place. It's very prominent, and no one's going, ooh. So yes. The classic bourbony, which is a word, turns out, fruits are overtaken a little by fragrant floral notes, typical of the lowlands, I hear you say, but it gets up to the point where I find it a little disturbing. Overall, not a bad whiskey, but less pristine than other batches. Sold out in the UK, but still rather available in mainland Europe, which is, see, that's interesting. It's sold out, and yes, I can confirm that, it's sold out on Royal Mile whiskies, but from my side of things... Nobody wants to drink it. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just divulging my experiences here. But, yeah, no one wants to go near it. Which is fascinating. I'm not sure if it is actually fascinating. That just seemed like something to say. Anyway. Kilchoman Sanaig cask strength. They did a release of the Maccabee cask strength. Was it last year? I think it might have been last year. Bloody allergies. So they've gone and done it again. So they've released their Sanaig, and everyone is losing their fannies in the laundry about this stuff. Lovely tipple. So yeah, I've got the press release here from Kilchoman. There you go. See, oh god, it did some turning. Bollocks. Up, right. 57.8% alcohol by volume, which is lovely. It's purple. And it says the word cask strength on it in ITC Benga, I do believe that font is. Yeah. Watch out, Jeff Whisky, I'm coming for your job. Yeah. We have launched... This is them. Right, the camera keeps cutting out, so I've had to do this bit about 3 times now. We have launched... That's them, not me. We have launched a limited number of bottles of Sanaig cask strength for 2024. After the success of the Maccabee cask strength, I'm so sick of fucking reading this, we thought it was time that everyone had a chance to taste Sanaig at its natural best as well. The vatting uses the same recipe as the regular Sanaig bottling, however, the reduced strength of 46%, we've released a number of cask strength bottles at 57.8%. Sanaig is a combination of both Oloroso sherry hogsheads finishes and matured casks. We source all our sherry casks from Jose Miguel Martin from the consistency of these casks, highlighted to the highest strength. Sanaig and cask strength is an incredible combination of rich peats with long-lasting glutinous finish. I know all about glutinous because I'm fat. I've made that joke 10 times now. Sanaig is cask strength for a fantastic balance of cooked fruits, richness, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. It's nice. People really like it. It's nice. It's lovely. I'm moving on from the fucking Kilchoman now because, Jesus Christ. Speyside M. That's another one that we've done. I'm just going to check this is still recording because it's been a little cunt at the minute. Yes, it is. Good. Keep that up, you little bastard. Speyside M. This is Macallan under the Signatory brand. It's 57.1%, and it highlights just how much of a rip-off Macallan is these days. Macallan, these days, a 12-year-old bottle at 40%, and it'll cost you about 200 quid or some bullshit like that. I never even noticed these weren't on. Fucking hell. Ugh. Hang on, I'm just... Oh, fucking... Ugh. Hold on. Right, this... Good. Yeah. Oh, no. Don't... No, that's stuck in the wine rack. Right, okay. And now you... Jesus Christ. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Right. Right, is that everything now? Oh! Ugh, get up, you bastard. You're sure you lot have missed me? Really? No. Stand. It's pointing the wrong way. There we go. Right. What was I saying? Is this still recording? Jesus Christ, this is a mess. Why do I do this to myself? Oh! Natural colour on chill filter. Did I get to that bit yet? This is Macallan without the bullshit. It's called Speyside M. It's 13 years old and it's really, really, really bloody nice. I have had an opportunity to actually try this one. Leathery, chocolatey. It's kind of like got a sort of strong tobacco note to it. It's just really fucking gorgeous. It proves that Macallan do still make really good stuff, but they know they don't need to try, so they don't. So there we go. Speaking of Macallan, Bladnoch 13. If you don't know the link to that, I'm not going to tell you. You can go and leave it down in the comments. Be a smart ass. Go and get the engagement going. Now then, Bladnoch. Historically, I've been a big fan of Bladnoch. I'm on the Bladnoch fans Facebook page, which is not something I can say about many whiskies. However, there has been a curse amongst the land recently. The peasants are not pleased. Basically, Bladnoch is trying to pretend it's Macallan and releasing all of these like collector's editions whiskies, like the Dragon series and the Wank Yourself Off series, and it's like a series of 5 massively overpriced whiskies that you're meant to buy together and be like, look how fancy I am. And everyone's just like, we're fans because of the whiskey, not because we've got small dicks and we need whiskey to prove that we don't, because that's how collecting whiskey works. Not certain whiskies, anyway. And they seem to have taken heed to that and been like, fuck, we should probably actually release some real whiskey, not just, like, collector bullshit. So this is part of a... I don't want to call it a wave, but there's a couple of age statements, like proper actual whiskies for actual drinking, not something that's meant to be as part of a set. So this is the 13-year-old, sort of a spiritual successor to the 10-year-old, I guess, but nowhere near as cheap. Retail, this is 85 quid, which for a 13-year-old is outrageous. There comes a point where, like, it can't possibly be that nice to justify the price point. I would imagine back in the day when Dr. Nick Savage was first announced, that people were worried that it might go down the Macallan route. Those fears are confirmed at this stage. There's definitely a markup going on here, and it's getting a little bit silly. It's difficult to justify Bladnoch at this stage. So we've got it on the shelf, and we're selling it for £7, possibly accidentally. I think I maybe got my sums mixed up on that one, because that's frankly too cheap. But yeah, it gives everyone an opportunity to try it, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know where to go with Bladnoch, to be honest. It was lovely stuff and affordable. It was like a little more expensive, but it was still affordable. But that's because they were getting back on their feet, and then they got a bit cocky. And now they're going for this kind of like luxury wank yourself off image. And yeah, that's not me. It's just not me. That having been said, I haven't had a chance to actually try this yet. It might be absolutely delectable. 85 quid in the middle of an economic squeeze. It's not for us, is it? Let's just be blunt on that one. So yeah, that's that. That's some whiskies that I bought for the pub. I hope this was educational. Leave me a comment down below if you've tried any of these whiskies, if you have any thoughts on them, or if you have any thoughts on sort of the politics of whiskey in general. Maybe keep actual world politics out of that, because I mean, I'm already on the wine. I don't want to be moving on to the 14% beer that I know is in my fridge. So yeah, maybe don't do that. Yeah, has anyone tried any of this stuff? Have I made any mistakes in the video? Yell at me, I guess. Thumb the video, subscribe, all that bollocks. I don't have any sponsors, so that's something. Actually, subscribe, because I don't have those annoying fucking, hey, here's a meal pack because I'm too lazy to cook these days. Crap, bollocks. Just go fucking shopping.